We got ourselves Kevin gonna be first up over for the team 2. Got ourselves the big AMC dropping down, trying to reduce a lot of the chaos damage out of the Demon Hunter. That's actually a really good defensive now that you don't need an auto talent. Or a PvP talent, used to be called auto talents. In order to beef it up, gonna be Darkness down for Power Demon, trying to see if he can take down the demon of his own. It's gonna be dropping down to the big meta, picking up the soul of the demon. Got him some 20% damage increase. It's gonna be IBM as well, but he may just go down. There's still a lot of damage coming down to Kevin as he's just clawing him down to the death. That's gonna be stoned though, maybe turning around IBM out of Kevin, trying to see if he can get himself as much healing as possible. Power Demon does go for the AoE stun on all those pets, does deny some of the damage from those the undeads, but Power Demon's behind. Oh, he does need to give himself as much healing as possible. Not playing the leech build though, as a Demon Hunter is gonna set you behind. That's so difficult for 5v5 1v1 Duels, because that leech play, those leech talent is just super good. It's gonna be Fetty Whopper up next. Try to see if I might be able to get a root onto Kevin. That's gonna be Swarm join in for Kevin. Might be able to get a pet empowered. It could potentially get himself an army of the dead. Looks like it's exactly what's going to happen. The army of the dead join in. It's going to be a pet empowered with a fly to Kevin. Could potentially be in a bad situation, but looks like Fetty just popped up with a full burst. I think is a Necrolord, right? Just came in, popping off all the bursts in the world with DBZ. Is going to be up next, sending out the Demon Dog. Is trying to go for a bit of a hand to go down to spawn and even more pets. The one was out and you opened for just a second. Potentially could have given him maybe a shadow ability for live longer. Gonna be Fetty trying to go for a flash cap. Does immune that fear completely. It's gonna have himself that bit of that CC immunity for a short amount of time. So we just trying to see if he can be able to pour down. They're gonna be a lockdown with that Fell Lord with stun out of the pet with the fear to follow. Does get himself full army of the demons. Second stun onto Fetty could potentially be in big trouble. Might have to rotate some defenses. That's gonna be pets swinging behind him around the corner. Trying to go for a bit of spin and crate kick. Karma up. That's gonna be more to call onto Fetty. Can't really go anywhere. You got it bugged out with that Karma. Then it's going to be the pet, the Tyrant, blasted out all the damage into Fetty Whopper while the Karma is on him, trying to reverse a lot of damage to CBZ. Looks like he's going to go AoE the pets as best as possible. The pets are actually doing quite a substantial amount of damage. Those Giga Imps and the Demon Doggers are actually going for a big old bite. CBZ might be big in trouble. Oh my god, that crit! What is that burst out of the mug? Stun under Fetty Whopper does not have an out. CBZ is going to back up out of there, trying to go for Demon Bulls. Definitely needs more pets or something. Any mobility whatsoever. Oh my goodness, what was that crit? What was that damage, dude? I don't even understand. Gonna be Fetty Whopper dropping a BDB on himself, covering himself up in brew, trying to heal himself up to full. Sea Wark swapping out to Sea Dark, trying to see if he can make Shadow Priest work. Is gonna be able to get what looks like maybe potentially a DP onto Fetty, or at least some sort of set of dots. But you'd potentially be able to get some sort of dots and then use Vampiric Embrace to maybe survive the onslaught of Fetty. If he can do it, he might be in a great spot. Does have a lot of CC. That's going to be big PI. That's going to be horror effects on Fetty as he does reverse a lot of the dots back to Seamark. He's going to go get re-dots back into Fetty. There's going to be all the pets attacking Fetty with the PI to Seamark. So those pets are going to be highly effective. That's a Kevin Summer around the corner with the Mages of the Dead. Actually all doing quite a substantial amount of damage. True of the Monk might actually have to focus down all these pets. Shadow Crasher on the corner. Fetty trying to avoid the pets as best as they can. It's going to be the Mages is going to be disappearing as Seamark is going to try to see if he can continue the dot chain onto Fetty. He's just trying to heal himself and top himself all behind the pillar. Looks like he should be able to successfully do it while the dampening isn't completely caught up with him. And Fetty trying to get some slows onto Seamark. Big old blackout kick is going to be another void eruption for Seamark. I don't know if it's going to be Megalomania. It may be Megalomania. Looks like one of the horror effects is going to hit Fetty. That's going to be Karma to reverse damage back onto Sea Dark, who did disperse a lot of this damage. Could potential rotate into Vampiric Embrace. He got himself lots of mobility, lots of damage. That's going to be port for Fetty as he get himself a flash craft around the corner. Shadow Crash is going to puncture into the flash cup, but it is going to be rebuilt by Fetty as it channels out fully. And Sea Dark is going to get himself the pet joining in with a bit of the damage, a bit of CC from the fear. Try to see if he can catch up on the healing. Did he get himself Megalomania falling off just now? It looks like he did. So you no longer have to worry about Megalomania putting himself in a critical situation. Megalomania is going to let you use the Surrender to Mana sound, which lets you move around while casting, gives you a lot more resource generation for sanity, and gives you Void Eruption immediately. But after a bit of time, it normally kills you. With a Town of Megalomania, it instead reduces it to 30% health. If you're below that, it's a heal to 30. If you're above that, it's damage to bring it down to 30. So it can put you in a tight situation. But as long as you account for it, as long as you watch it out for it, it should be okay. Great fade for Seamark, trying to see if he can avoid a kick by Fetty. Looks like he's going to go for the gateway just to give himself a little bit of a breakaway. That's going to be Void Eruptions flying into Fetty. It's going to get CC, hit by CC back-to-back mind control onto Fetty. As Sea Dark is just going to put him in the corner. and maybe potentially just gonna go for a bit of a reset. Has himself PI back up. Could potentially reverse his PI damage onto Fetty as he got himself a defensive rolling into this one. Got himself the 4 brew. Mind control again. Looks like Fetty is just gonna wait it out. Did Stevark try to use something cheesy with mind control there? PI. Stevark tried to go for a bit of more Megalomania burst. It's gonna be more horror effects on Fetty. Just continues to CC back to back. Stevark finally got an opportunity to be able to cast while moving. It's gonna be dispersed as Fetty got himself the karma with Big Fist of Fury. It's gonna be the pet stunned for a second, but Stevark definitely needs to get the pest to start attacking Fetty as soon as possible. Stun onto the monk. Potentially could get a lot of damage. It's gonna be VT up and running. Gonna get disrupted on Shadow. Could be really bad for C Dark. Does himself the Greater Fate coming back up very soon. Use the Greater Fate to hopefully break away from Fetty. It's gonna go for that karma. Oh, not karma, but it's gonna go for that mind control while the Megalomania is gonna proc on him. It's gonna go for a flesh cow, but does disrupt it as expected an interrupt out of Fetty. Let's see if I can have any more survivability here. Got himself a shield. Shadowlands, the only thing that's really keeping him alive. With mind control potentially to maybe walk the monk away from him. Possibly does get himself the not Megalomania, but does himself Empirical Brace, but it's gonna be Fetty taken out. I think it might have been a touch of death at the very end, just laying him jelly down onto the ground. But as a Shadow Priest versus a monk, I think it's a pretty tough matchup, honestly. Digiflex swinging around, getting those serpent sting dots rolling onto Fetty. Letting the grenades, the shrapnel explode, busting through the flash cap shield. Pet stuns him around the corner and hits him, keeps him in place. That's going to be DJ Flex unloading the most amount of damage. It's going to be Fetty yanking the weapon away from DJ. But there's not much you can really do. DJ does not really need a weapon in order to be able to do some of the damage. Dropping down Freezer Trap, letting it slip from under the feet of Fetty with a big old kill shot, just taking him out. Just absolutely punctured the lower jaw of the monk, taking him out in a single go. As Revendare is going to get aggressive with DJ, immediate stun. That's going to get the Death Chakram rolling in. DJ going in for the Fate Death. The pet should potentially have an explosive effect on him either way. Maybe not, but it looks like DJ was able to avoid the explosive damage of the Chakram from the Necrolord Legendary. Revendare continued to push in. Big kill shots onto Revendare. Immediately goes for Feign Death as soon as he gets hit by the kill shot. Should be able to remove the bleed as well. It looks like he's going to go for a freezing trap on the DJ just to get a bit of a reset. Looking for a bit of a re-go. Definitely needs to get himself max range with DJ, but DJ being a hunter, while he can wrap or Cobra Shot, not Cobra Shot, while he can Raptor Strike Revendare from 40 yards away, he can use majority of his other abilities from 40 yards. So even max ranging a survival hunter, I don't even know if that really does anything. Gonna be a Revendare tagging the pet of, or DJ tagging the pet of Revendare with the flate shot so he can get kill shots. This way, if you flate shot the hunter and you feign death, you don't remove the flate shot. It's still taking on the pet, so you still getting those kill shots. Revendare potentially could have big damage on DJ. DJ going for a turtle shell. Revendare could still be in trouble if DJ can somehow recover. Trying to go for manic bandage immediately, but he's not getting that much healing. 80% dampening, really denying him a lot of the healing. Gonna be a pet sack onto Revendare for a second. The pet sack or Master's Call, just keep moving. Steel trap on one of the pets, trying to go for Scare Beast on a BM Hunter pets. It's gonna be DJ Feign Death for a second. Flate shot into the bed. Needs to get the kill shot procs if possible. It's gonna be Feign Death for Revendare for a second. DJ has super low health. Trying to see if he can get Revendare low. Trying to charge in. Stun to DJ Flex. I think it might be over. It looks like Revendare does get that kill shot with a Bestial Wrath rolling in. That stun to lock down the Hunter. Unless you got a trinket, there's nothing you can do about it. With Blackout trying to see if he can charge out versus Revendare. Looks like none of the pets of Revendare have any dots on him. Blackout is basically on top of Revendare, but he doesn't realize it. Revendare spots him, hits him with a Hunter's Mark. Now they know to stay away from the Rogue until they're fully camoed out, and they know where the Rogue is at all times. Can flare him out. The Rogue knows that he's under a ton of pressure. At this point, as a Rogue, do you panic? Do you stick behind a pillar? Can you guess where the Hunter may be? Immediate concussive shot around the corner by Revendare as they try to keep the pressure rolling versus Blackout. And Blackout is just going to get slowed down. Cloak of Shadows coming out very, very early. Freezer Trap waiting for him. Trying to get this Rogue to attack. Revendare maybe potentially walk over the Freezer Trap. Is going to stop in place for a second. Trinket out of the Rogue. Could be deadly. Doesn't go for the... Can't just reset. Wait, what? How do you restyle that? You just... I guess when you got a frozen, maybe it's disengaged and then he got a comp. I don't even know. But Revendare is able to get a flesh cap, sees Blackout for a second. Blackout needs to get a go right now versus Revendare, trying to see if he might be able to get a go, but it's going to be a stun necessary. Down for the count as Revendare just absolutely unloads everything into Blackout, taking him out. My goodness, the back and forth between these two groups with Fetty picking up 3 kills, but it is going to be, I think, DJ taking down Fetty with Revendare bringing it back for their team. And see if our charity is very, very best. Kevin had a really good go versus the Demon Hunter at the very beginning with Power Demon. Doing the very, very best that he can. Damn. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another up and running. Yeah, let me know if you guys got groups.